Hello, my name is Jess, and today I'm doing this short little educational presentation on how to prepare a narrated PowerPoint for your assignment submission. So one of the first things we're going to look at before we even start doing our narration is checking our recording equipment. When checking your recording equipment, make sure that your microphone actually works well to start with. Check for any background noises. Sometimes the courier man might deliver a package while you're doing your recording, or some kids might ride past in their bike, or the dogs might start barking. And I know I've had in a presentation myself, I had my cat meowing in the background. So just make sure you try and eliminate those background noises. Sometimes a dual headphone microphone set is really good. It helps keep that distance between your microphone and prevents echoing. And if you're recording on a laptop, something I've heard is sometimes the charger can interfere and give background noise. So unplug the charger if you can, and this sometimes helps get rid of that background static. With your slide creation, make sure that when you've done your narration that it actually matches the information on the slide. Otherwise it can be a little confusing to the audience. Don't put too much text or script on a slide. Just keep your slides for your main points, for your references, and for making sure it's a visual presentation, not just full of text. Spelling, grammar, and punctuation still applies to the text on the slides, so make sure you check this carefully. It also helps your presentation look more professional. Try to be consistent with your themes and your backgrounds. Microsoft PowerPoint has some nice generic themes that helps generate themes for you. So don't go too all over the place or too fancy, just try to keep it simple. And just checking that your images and your text aren't overlapping with each other as well. When you're recording your narration, make sure you try and sound as natural as you can be to try and keep your audience's attention. If you have a watch of the news at night, you'll see how presenters, they never move, but they're able to change the tones in their voice, and that's how they keep themselves interesting. Sometimes having a friend or a colleague as your audience, it helps you present your presentation more authentically. Have a few goes at practicing what you're going to say before you're recording as well. Be careful of the timings and any animations that go with your slide to make sure that these line up appropriately. Sometimes if you're comfortable, standing up while doing your narration helps because you're able to project your voice more naturally. And always play back your recording. While you're playing it back, maybe take some notes on certain parts, on how perhaps you could do better, and then you can record again if need be. It is pretty rare that the first time you record something is what you'll submit for your actual assignment. And finally, just some notes on referencing when it comes to a narrated PowerPoint. Doing referencing for a narrated PowerPoint, it's just as important when you're referencing an academic essay. Your references still need to be on a list at the end, and unless told otherwise, your references really should be on the slide to verify the information that you've got there in your text. It can also be good to verbally state what that reference is, so that when I do go to look at the reference list when marking, I can line up what you're saying with the correct reference. Any images that aren't your own also need to be referenced appropriately. And the same as in an academic essay, references need to be done appropriately to prevent plagiarism. And this also helps increase the authenticity and direct the audience to your correct information, just as you would in an academic essay. Thank you for coming to my presentation today on narrated PowerPoints, and I hope this helps you with your future assignment presentations.